Hey, welcome to another fantastic monthly update coming at you right after Easter. Now that we're all full of artificially colored eggs and ham, I think it's a good time to look into where we're at in pedestrian development. And the answer to that is we're making progress. To list a few things, we're working in the final few areas and getting things all lit up correctly. But let's just get into the update. If you don't know already, the Pedestrian is a 2.5D puzzle platformer where you play as the male or female bathroom symbols and traverse the signs in this expansive city. This month, much of the work has gone into the finale section. We noticed during testing that the finale wasn't quite right. It was too confusing and sometimes took way too long to complete. So we restructured it to be more focused by removing clutter and highlighting the important parts better. We also added in more tutorial content before the finale to better prepare players for what's to come. With the finale being at the end of the game, we want to make sure it wraps up the game nicely, yet not be extremely difficult and frustrating. It's been really interesting to find that balance. Our recent color and lighting pass is well underway. We have all of our lighting situations and area colors planned out in our paintovers, which we then reference these paintovers when tweaking the lighting in our areas. Recently we switched from Unity's Enlighten Lightmapper to an asset store alternative called Bakery. One of the benefits of Bakery is the fact that it's a GPU lightmapper, which means it utilizes the GPU rather than the CPU, which in turn makes things light map faster. Which is good for us because we've been able to iterate on our light maps much faster than we had before. For example, to bake the downtown scene in Enlighten would take roughly 4 to 5 hours. We would normally start this at the end of the night and check it in the morning. However, the same scene with Bakery takes 20 to 30 minutes for a high resolution bake, and about 5 to 8 for a low res bake, which is awesome. However, Bakery comes with its own set of hurdles, but I think the bake speed alone atones for it. Another hotspot of work this month was the hub in the rooftop area. Before, it contained a few issues that had the potential for players to get stuck, which obviously is no bueno. It also had a few visual hurdles we had yet to attempt to solve. So we made a few changes to make it simpler for us while also having better player communication, so it should be easier to understand. In terms of puzzle amount, the rooftops is the most complex area, so having a hub that's easily understandable is high priority. Our sound designer Logan has been toiling away working on music, so we wanted to highlight another recent track. One of the tasks this month was controller support, but the question arose, how do we shrink down the convenience of a mouse and keyboard into a controller? And what we decided is to basically make a false cursor that is controlled by the inputs of the controller. This way the game will be similar whether you're using a controller or not. But it gives us the added benefit of using the cursor as a feedback tool, so it helps the cursor become more ingrained into the game and less like your web browsing. This update contains just highlights from the last month of development. For a more day-to-day list, check out our Google spreadsheet with our Task Manager export. And now onto the graph. You can see from our graph that the area progress that happened this month was mostly in the finale and rooftops area, which is great because it brings up those low bars and makes them roughly even with the rest of the areas. Our last low boys are the apartments, train, and elevator scenes. As you can probably tell, the game isn't complete yet. We had written on our last month's graph that we'd be content complete in April, but unfortunately we're gonna have to push it out another couple months. We're still making awesome progress and not really hitting any major roadblocks yet. It's just that tasks are taking longer than our little 3-man team anticipated. Hopefully to ease this blow, we're announcing that we're sending out beta copies. Our current sprint is to finalize all the last bits and pieces before sending them out. So if you participated in our Kickstarter, and you're in a qualifying tier, you can expect an email where you may opt into the beta program. We're gonna split up the beta tester into smaller groups to get more iterative feedback, so if you don't receive your email within the week, then chances are you're in a later group. Please note that if you do participate in the beta, then expect that the final game may be ruined for you, because basically you've played it already. but we do appreciate your sacrifices for the betterment of the game. We can't say how much we are thankful for your patience. We're working overtime to get the game into your hand, and we're super excited to see what you think. If you haven't already, please like and follow our socials, and it'd be awesome if you wishlist the Pedestrian on Steam. Thanks again, and we'll chat in the next update.